Every single summer, football clubs spend hundreds of millions of pounds on players. We're talking half a billion in a single transfer window sometimes. But here's what nobody ever explains. Where does that money actually go? Who gets it? Why do deals collapse at the very last minute? And why does your club always seem broke even after selling their best player? By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how a football transfer works, from the moment a club decides they want a player to the second he puts pen to paper. Most people think a transfer works like this. Club wants player, club pays money, player moves, done. But that's not even close to the full picture. There are actually 5 completely separate things that have to happen. And if any single one of them falls apart, the whole deal is dead, which is why you see those dramatic transfer deadline day collapses every single year. So let me break down every stage, one by one, in plain English. Stage 1, the buying club decides they want a player. Maybe their striker got injured. Maybe they just want to get stronger. Their scouts and coaches identify a target. Let's say it's a striker at another club. They watch him for weeks, check stats, sometimes even have people watching him live. Once they're sure, they tell the board, "We want this player, go get him." Stage 2, the clubs negotiate. And this is where people get confused about the transfer fee. That fee, say £50 million, doesn't go to the player. It goes to the selling club. It's basically compensation for losing one of their assets. The two clubs go back and forth. The selling club usually wants more. The buying club tries to pay less. Sometimes they agree quickly. Sometimes it drags on for weeks. Sometimes it completely breaks down, even after both clubs thought they had a deal. Once the clubs agree a fee, stage 3 begins, and this is where the player himself gets involved. The buying club sits down with the player and his representatives to agree personal terms. That means, how much will he be paid each week? How long is the contract? Are there bonuses for goals, appearances, winning trophies? This can also fall apart. A club might agree a big fee with the selling club, then the player says no because the wages aren't what he wanted. Suddenly, deal dead. Stage 4, the agent's fee. Every top player has an agent, and that agent gets paid for doing the deal, usually somewhere between 5% and 10% of the total transfer value. So on a £50 million transfer, the agent might pocket £3 to £5 million. This is why fans get frustrated. Sometimes a huge chunk of money goes to one person in a suit who just made some phone calls. And the final stage, the medical. Before the player officially signs anything, he goes to the buying club's medical team for a full checkup. They scan his joints, test his fitness, look for any hidden injuries. If he fails, and it has happened, the club can pull out of the deal entirely. But if he passes, he signs the contract, poses for the photos with the scarf, posts the excited to begin this new chapter message on Instagram, and the transfer is done. Let me make this real. Think about any big summer transfer you've seen on the news. Every single one of them went through exactly these 5 stages. The clubs agreed the fee, the player agreed his wages, the agent took his cut, the medical was passed. Then the announcement came, usually with that photo of the player in his new kit holding the badge. And now, when you see "talks have broken down" in a headline, you'll know exactly which stage collapsed. Was it the clubs disagreeing on the fee, the player rejecting the wages, the agent causing problems, or a failed medical? Now you understand how a transfer works. But here's the question I haven't answered yet, and it's the one that actually matters. If clubs are making hundreds of millions from ticket sales, TV deals, and sponsorships, why are so many of them broke? Why do clubs go into debt even after spending £200 million in a single summer? That's a completely different story, and honestly, it's a wild one. I'll break it down in the next video. If this made football make a bit more sense, subscribe, because every video on this channel is designed to explain the stuff that nobody else bothers to explain properly. Drop a comment below. Which football topic do you want me to break down next?